then as I get into this class, I wanted to just kick it off by saying that we are here in this class, which is a special class because we're going to do three classes. If everybody could put your mics on mute. But what we're going to do for the next three classes is we're going to have question and answer. And just to get into discussion. So you all can, when you come, bring your questions, bring your concerns, bring your issues, bring your thoughts, bring what you need, and let's sit down and discuss it. Because we need to really use this time to really get into what in the lessons that you need to know that you're missing. Like for instance, if there is an issue with a way that a question is phrased, or a way, how do you provide the information for this question, or where do you even get the information to answer this question? Let's do it together. I want to thank you, Miles, for the work that you sent to me. Thanks. I'm grading in the grading process now. I did get it. Yep. And turn on your mic, Miles. I can't hear you.
I finally learned how to use Microsoft Word. I'm old, so yeah.
It's okay. Sorry about that. Hey.
Ready?
Okay, please forgive me. One of my homeschool children is still here. And so her mother was like, I'm coming. Forgive me. Okay, so good. So it's all good, Miles. It's all good. I know it's hard on me, brother. The mic's over. All people, we gotta get into that. It's all good though, because I got the work and it's good. It's good. One thing I did want to say, not to Miles, but just in general to people who are watching this video, please put a header and a date on your work. I need to know whose name. I need for your name to be on it. I need for there to be a header. You know that I am a educator at heart, so I want to see a full header with your name and the title of the piece. And I want to know, I want the questions to be well worded and grammatically correct and spelling.
So you want the questions as well as answers on the next assignments?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm glad that we can, that's good. We having this question and answer so that we can be clear on how the framework of your assignments can be. And that's a good thing, because that way it doesn't have to be, it takes it out of the mystery, puts it on in concrete so we can understand how, to put it together. It also helps you when you go back to review your work. When you go back to review your work later, you go back to even in life, you're gonna go back. You may go back over some of these things that you've done in this Master Herbalist program, and you want to be able to say, oh, okay, this is the answer, and this is the question. This is the question. Put it right there. Also, with the header on there, it'll tell the lesson that you were working on, along with the particular class inside of that lesson, or particular lesson inside of that class, that you were working on. So you want to be able to have all of that stuff in order for yourself. The reason also is that it helps, that type of order is also you're learning that as well. That type of order is necessary for you to be able to utilize your own
But
information and
must
knowledge.
be
A lot of times people
where
have access
stream
to that
video
knowledge because they are
like
disorganized in one way or another. This way it organizes that information for you.
True that.
Yep. Good. So if you go ahead and do that. So and then the other thing is if you are um, looking at like once you right now a lot of people are still in class 1. A lot of people are still in class 1. A lot of people are still doing the lessons in class 1. So what I wanted to do this week, thank you, let me go back and recollect myself. What I wanted to do is for us to use this time as question and answer, use this time to go over all of those questions and to be able to gain a clearer and clearer understanding of what we're doing in this course. As we complete course 1 and go into class 2, go into course 2, I want you all to be very strong and very confident because anatomy and physiology of class 2 is very arduous and it requires of you just real focus, and I want for you all to be able to be successful. So class 1 is getting that work ethic in and bringing order to your work ethic, and that's what I want to support you in.
Oh, and I appreciate the difficulty of the course too, because I mean, it's definitely prepared me for being a student again. I haven't been in an institution of higher education since, I don't know what, 99, 98, 99, 2000.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely bringing me back to getting in the groove of studying. I appreciate
Right.
that.
Yeah, and see, I'm glad. I needed that feedback because that feedback lets me know that, it's not nothing to just poo-poo off. I've taken a reflexology class correspondent, and it wasn't necessarily easy, but it was not hard either because I was able to go back through all the work word for word and fill in the blanks, and it was just really kind of easy. It was easy, but it required me to remember a lot. But because things are open book, and because it is open, research is online, and all of the answers are, you can really, look online. I really have to require that you all push it because you can do this. It's not so easy, but it's hard enough that it'll make you remember these things, and it will make you also be able to access this information inside of yourself later. So I did want to have some level of rigor because I wanted you to really dig in. I also want to add more components in which we are really working on our intuition, because working with herbs is not like chemical medications. Chemical medications are pretty much plug and play. You use this type of antibiotic for this type of disorder. You use this type of heart medicine for this type of disorder. You use Celebrex or Celebrex for this type of this or that or the other. And it's pretty much plug and play. But when you're dealing with herbs, you're dealing with natural chemicals that have upwards of 25 to 42 other chemical constituents in them. And where chasteberry worked last time, it may not work for this next lady. Where hawthorn worked for this man, it may not work for this next person. So you cannot just streamline the care. And you have to put it with hawthorn may work best with the chamomile for this man, and it may work better with garlic for the next person. So you use these different combinations in order to produce the results that are necessary for the body that is dynamic. The body is very dynamic, and it requires dynamic treatments. That's why herbs are perfect. However, the herbalist, the herb wielder, must also be prepared to look for those signs and symbols in that person in order to help them to tweak their care. And so I also want you all to dig in your research on this left brain side of things. And then for us, when we get together live in that anatomy and physiology time, in the next time when we deal with discerning health and disease and things like that, and nutrition, I want you all to really dig in. Also, we'll begin to dig in also on the intuitive side to understand intuitively what is going on with someone, because in the medical profession, in the medical industrial profession, not in the healing side but the industrial side, that's pretty phased out. As a matter of fact, the intuitive side, or the side in which we look with our inner eye to see what's going on with the person, that's absurd to them. But right, like herbs, the herbalist too must be dynamic. That is true, Mama. The it's actually to them that's very absurd to be intuitive, but they don't realize that if they were utilizing their intuitive side in the medical industrial society, that they would be more effective, even in fooling us and in convincing us that we were healthy. They would be more effective. So unfortunately, though, I've given up that bit of power. I'm not giving up any more tips to them. But the point is that we must really come in. We must really
My mama here.
okay, good. Bye bye. Be safe, y'all. Be safe. Okay. The we must really work to strengthen that part of ourselves to be ready, because you'll be hit with a myriad of different people, diseases, environments, disorders, concepts of and thoughts of how they should eat, and politics of how they care for themselves. And all of these things are relevant to your healing strategy. All these things, all of the ways that a person thinks, lives, environment that they live in, and the way they make a living. Meaning not the way they make a living, meaning their job, although that is included, but how do they make it through life? Is their life chaotic, or do they seek peace? Or do they have a chaotic person in their life? All of that stuff matters also. So it's deep. Greetings, Tamara. Good to see you. Or good you're here. Yeah, that's important. So Tamara, we were working on just any questions, concerns, ideas, or even any clarity that you may need. That's what we're working on today. Good to see your face.
Hello.
Good, but that's what we're working on today. Is just to get clarity on everything, and to bring ourselves into just the clarity, so that we can really feel some forward progress, get some forward progress going. So the lines are open. If you have any questions or anything, or any thing associated with your work, any ideas or questions about the work, or even something that you may be noticing in your community that you wanted to talk about, I'm open and available for that. Yeah, Mama Imani said she found that the local healers were very receptive to her reaching out to them and sharing their modalities of detox. Yes, you will find that actually natural healers are very approachable, and that they will actually appreciate you for speaking up and asking for that information. I'm sorry, Mom and Monty. I will unmute you. I had you muted because I kept hearing the echo. Oh, you gotta unmute you now. Okay. But you can just open your mic and see. Okay. Okay. But definitely we at a lot of natural healers are eager to share with you any information that they may have in regards to how they take care of themselves. That's what I asked of you all last time we talked, is to ask the local healers how they heal themselves. What do they do to support their own healing? This will not only, one, be good information for yourself, but it'll make that healer stop and go, I may need to do that for myself this week. I may need to slow down and go ahead and take a break and begin to detox this week. So it's a good thing. And when you have healers in your circumference that are working to heal themselves, your community will by force actually begin to heal itself. Actually, by they don't even know what force is operating on them, but everybody will be like, I think I need to do a detox this week. So it's good. It'll be good to bring the community to wake up as well.
So far, there's only one person I know of here in Phoenix area. She's a naturopathic doctor, but I have yet to get in contact with her, and I will soon.
I'm gonna find you somebody because there's a lot of healers in Arizona. Now you might be saying maybe African base, African center, maybe healers, but there's a lot of Caucasian healers. There's a lot of European. I mean, a lot.
Well, I mean, there's only one black person I know here.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into anyone else, but anybody you want to hook me up with, that's fine with me.
Yeah, black people. I'm gonna see because I'm linked into some healers networks online and Facebook and stuff and online. I'll see if anyone's in Arizona.
Okay.
In Phoenix, Arizona. The um the reason why too is that uh the I keep seeing Deepak Chopra Center there. Is Deepak Chopra Center in Arizona?
I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea.
But it's a good place to heal, though. I mean, you guys got sun, good vitamin D.
Yeah, I stay out in it too.
I know. I mean, if you wouldn't, I would be wondering what was wrong with you because oh my gosh. And I was so close to you earlier this year and last year because I was in Texas. Well, I was close, and I was able to just really feel that part of the world, and I was just I miss it. And I was only there for 8 months, and I feel like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that amount of sun, I need that in my life forever and ever. Amen. Like,
I know. I was like, when I first moved to Arizona, I was really apprehensive, due to the history of this state. But I just fell in love with the desert, and I was like, more black people just gonna have to move here. I ain't leaving yet.
yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Cause I enjoy it. I'm out in the mountains all the time. I'm out in the desert, hanging out, riding my bike.
Yes.
It's just, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, nature is so, oh my gosh. We actually don't realize how much a part of our illness matrix is because we're not in nature enough. If people are diseased or disordered, it's because they're not in nature enough. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, people of color, supposedly, from what I hear, should be living as close to the equator as possible. And a lot of us, up north, we just ain't getting that. We ain't getting what we need.
No, I'm in Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio,
Oh.
and right now for the moment,
Mhm.
and in Cincinnati, we don't realize how a lot of our behavioral matrices and like I said, disease and disorder matrices is directly related to the fact that we don't have enough sunlight, so our melanin doesn't respond correctly.
Right.
our ability to we're actually having some disorders that are directly related to our inability to, like insomnia. That has a lot to do with the pineal gland not getting enough sun. Really.
Yeah.
It's not generating enough melatonin to go into your of the hormone melatonin to go into your bloodstream and to cause your body to really relax.
Mhm.
So we have a lot more heart disease in Ohio because of the inability to get enough sun makes causes the not enough melatonin, which is then causing a level of stress, third handly causing stress, in addition to so many concrete buildings and this whole concrete jungle. And it's too much. All this is too much. It's a domino.
Yeah.
Much
There's,
less we're not eating enough sun foods. So we're not getting foods directly from those trees and plants and things like that. So we're getting it off of a truck that's been gassed or whatever and ripened, and that's causing us stress also. Yeah. Bruh, scoot over. I'm coming down. Yeah, see the seasonal affective disorder too. That's right, mama. I mean, it's deep. I mean, that's and then we're affected so much we end up killing each other. It's so depressed. Horrible. It's horrible. We're dealing with a lot. And that melanin thing, we're gonna have to do literally a whole series of classes on melanin because we really need to dig into that concept and that topic as African healers, whatever you are. If you're a massage therapist, whether you're a craniosacral therapist, or if you're a chiropractor, if you're a medical physician, if you're a nurse, we all we all need to dig into this melanin concept and really get clear on the effect that melanin plays in our life.
it's
Yeah.
pretty hot over here at the moment.
I
That's
think you're
why,
bragging. I
that's
think you're
why
bragging.
I just had to turn on my fan. It's like 80 degrees in here.
Oh yeah. You see with these long sleeves on and his hair wrap. It's cold, brother. It's cold. The Buffalo Soldier had to come out. It's cold. It's deep. It's deep. Melanin is a now that's my favorite topic, melanin, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all about so if y'all don't have any questions, then I'll go on in on melanin. But melanin is a very interesting concept. If as I've been have taken the time to go through and pick rice, as I call it, with melanin some years and years ago, and then continuing my research. Of course, there's a lot of information out now where there wasn't in the 90s. There was some, but not as much as it's easily and readily accessible now. But melanin is a very, very key concept in dealing with our ability to heal quickly. And that's why, as healers, it is very important for us to feed our melanin and be in warm places and eat foods that are definitely passive, holding passive sunlight within itself, like colored foods. Those pigmented foods matter. Also, it's necessary to be in an environment where when you're breathing in a lot of oxygen from those plants, those chlorophyll filled plants and things like that. That's passive sunlight. Those trees and plants and wooded areas are important for self preservation and survival, as well as the deep intense sun. What they do, what all of these things, what chlorophyll does and what the vitamin D does, what this passive sunlight does is trigger. Vitamin D is not a vitamin that you get from the sun. Vitamin D is a hormone, and what the sun does is trigger your body to give it off, such as sweat glands. Yeah, I think so too. Mama Imani says she noticed that her eldest son's breathing is directly affected by the lack of sunlight and cold. It's because we contract from the cold. our areola and our lungs to contract, our muscles, the pores of our muscles and skin contracts. Everything contracts when it's cold. Even our blood vessels um, are more contracted than they are expanded in the cold. So it is harder to breathe. It is harder to receive the different hormonal triggers. So you may find in women that they are that they have their cycles have a different personality in the winter. You may find that men have a lot less circulation unless they work out in the winter. So they have a lot less. You may find that men may feel or believe that they may have erectile dysfunction or something like that in the winter. They may find you may find that you urinate a lot more in the winter. You may find that you may have everyone, men and women, may have different circulation issues in the winter more so than summer. You get better. The sunlight is circulation. It gives you good circulation. The issue is are you getting enough? Because we
Mama
have these
Mawuti.
stimulated environments in the south and the north where we have the air conditioning and things like that, a lot of people tend to stay in more, even in the summer. I found that in Texas that it was so surprising to me that in Texas people were literally not they weren't going out at all until it was winter. So they would go out at the least intense time of year, but stay in the house all summer underneath simulated in an air conditioning, simulated conditions. So it was really not good. They didn't realize how anti and self-destructive that is, anti-self and self-destructive that is. And then artificial air conditioning, conditioned air is not good for the lungs either. So you're creating an artificial environment of cold, of a diametrically opposed environment to your nature and your body tissue. It's not good. So that's just interesting. Going back to the light that we take in, with vitamin D being a hormone that your body simulates its own self, and it's triggered by the sunlight, like our sweat glands are triggered by stimulation and heat. It gives off sebum and sweat. It's necessary that our body give off that or be allowed to open up and give off that vitamin D, and we just don't get enough of it underneath ultraviolet lights in the house and at work other places. We really need to get out in nature. That's why only they're basically telling you in a shrouded way that only the sun is able to trigger that vitamin D um, secretion. So that's very interesting. That vitamin D secretion is very vital to our pineal gland survival. And our pineal and hypothalamus and pituitary glands are very much dependent upon you taking sunlight into the cones of your eyes and this that direct sunlight being able to create that stimulation. Also, um, because your pineal gland and pituitary gland are directly between your eyes, you have to watch out with being on these computers for a very long time because the computers then you're taking in that radiation directly into our first eye and then directly into those important glands. Also, melanin is important for its ability to regenerate and rejuvenate the human body and human tissues. So, you humans, HUEMANS, humans, it is vitally important for you to receive as much dosage of vitamin D as you can. So, get it in not only the sunlight, but you want to get it in the form of chlorophyll foods. So, your vitamin chlorophyll is necessary in your greens and your green vegetables, all the green vegetables that you take in. So you need your seaweeds, you need your greens, you need your red fruits, You need your purple cabbages for the sulfur. You need the tomatoes for the lycopene. You need all of those colored fruits and vegetables. I don't really do cauliflower much. I don't know. I just never really was a cauliflower person, but doing and creating raw foods, use cauliflower to make potatoes. But there is some use in to make a potato-like um, dish, cauliflower. But cauliflowers are good as well. Yes. There's laugh. I had to bring my co-host on. He was in the out there wreaking havoc. Okay.
What's up, little man? What's up, man?
I think he's sleeping. That's what. But yeah, the chlorophyll-based vegetables and fruits are necessary for our regeneration and rejuvenation. And necessary for our regeneration and rejuvenation. And they help us to generate more tissues. For instance, chlorophyll is really good in the production of hematocrit, of red blood cells. And literally the DNA of chlorophyll, the chlorophyll in grasses like barley grass, are very good in the production of red blood cells. In addition to that, so is seaweed. And the seaweeds are very pertinent to regeneration. So eating your melanin is important. I also did an article a long time ago that you'll find on the Body Temple on different herbs that would support melanin production. Layla Africa speaks of St. John's wort in supporting melanin production because it supports your pineal health, but in addition, your pineal gland health, but also looking at fo tea. Fo tea is a Chinese herb, and what fo tea does is it supports your hair follicles in turning and regenerating themselves so that they can continue to give off pigment. But what it also does is it also supports your skin follicles, your skin cells into keeping their pigmentation. So we still have to do some of that, but meaning when I say do some of that, we still have to everyone go get it and let's do our experiments on that. But that is my theory, and that's why I left it. Like I'm still working on that theory, that 14. Go ahead.
I've been experimenting with OT because I'm trying to get rid of some of this gray hair. But,
Yeah.
my question is, what do you think is a good dosage to use daily? Because I just been taking like a half a tablespoon and putting it in my juice in the morning.
Okay. I think that that half a teaspoon is good. Taking it consistently so that it can build up consistently is what needs to happen. That's the objective. Take it consistently. And in the consistent taking of it, then see how does your body respond to it. Consistency of taking it once a day could take longer for the results. If you took it twice a day, technically, because you're not taking it for a health issue, you're taking it for a maintenance issue, then taking it once a day is actually where I would begin. The reason why is that does it'll stay in your body and it is water soluble. So water soluble meaning that it breaks down in water and passes out so the water doesn't stick to the fat cells. So the buildup of it is to be fine. It should work for you. You see a difference. How long will it take to see a difference is what we're really discussing here. Because you'll see a difference depending on herbs. So you should see a difference in, let's say, you get at least a difference in 2 weeks forward. So you need to take it for at least a month. not only that, but how long does it take for your strand of hair to regenerate itself? Because you're asking for your hair follicle matrix to change. You know, you want the hair follicles matrix to regenerate. So with that being the case, am I breaking up really bad? Let me know when I'm. Can you hear me now?
I just caught the last of what you said.
Okay. What we're seeking is not just necessarily the dosage, but how long will it take for that dosage to produce a result?
Okay.
See, and with that dosage will take with one dosage per day. It also depends upon your metabolism and how good your circulation is flowing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being the case, we're going to look for a result in 2 weeks and look for another result in 2 more weeks.
Okay.
Yes, because within a month you're going to see something. If you've taken it 30 times, you're going to see something.
Yeah, I like to mix it with moringa and put it in my juice in the morning. And,
yeah, you get a good result from that.
I hope so. We'll see.
No, you really should, because when you're talking about moringa, which increases circulation as well as regenerates tissues, it's an adaptogen, and then FOT is also an adaptogen. You should definitely begin to really see a reverse in aging. If you put turmeric with that, you'll be Superman.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
I got some turmeric too.
Yeah, some turmeric root with that too. I can imagine, like, that's an excellent rejuvenative tonic.
Turmeric, FOT, and moringa.
Yeah.
Word. You try that out.
Yeah. Do that with some and you put it in, you just make a tea of it, or what do you do?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What do you do?
I'm sorry, what was
Okay. Can you hear me now?
A little better, yeah.
I'm getting a computer sound.
Yeah.
Computer sound.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from.
Me neither.
But today was like juice scrap day for me. I just basically take the scraps or whatever I got left in there. I had a jalapeno. I had an orange bell pepper. I had like a quarter of a head of purple cabbage. I had a cucumber. I had some of the stalks left from collard greens.
Oh, that's good.
I had apples, and I had 2 pomegranates. I just mixed it all together. It was good.
You know what? You're very special, brother.
Thank you.
He was like, yeah, I had some stalks from some collard greens and some.
I ain't throwing nothing away.
I know, hey, you're the recycling plant, brother. You're the recycling plant. That's all right. So do you use like a Vitamix type of blender, or do you have a juicer?
I have an old Jack LaLanne juicer that's like on its last leg, and I need to get a new one real soon.
Yeah. Yeah, Walmart's got that.
Yeah,
okay, Mama and Monty, the tea we were talking about is FOT.
I want to get a new juicer, a new fast juicer, and a slow juicer as well. But I don't know.
Yeah, because slow juicing then it doesn't like cook the juice, so to speak. Is that what you're saying? Or the type of the way that it extracts the juice?
Well, the centrifugal juicers are the ones that are really loud and they'll juice fast, like. Yeah. But then you have the twin auger juicers that basically bring the juice out of the vegetable, so it's good for leafy greens, and it also doesn't use heat. So you get more juice out of leafy greens, and they're not heated as well.
And they're not heated. Yeah, I figured. I've been going for the Vitamix kind of juicer and the I'm kind of looking at the Ninja, but my husband's been like, ah. But I was looking at something like that because I want the fiber. And a lot of times when I juice, I want to create soups with the juices. So
Right, right.
and I want it to be more whole instead of us separating. Um, Now I can do the separate thing too because there's different foods you can make with the leftover with the with the fibers part. Go ahead.
Right. I made some raw bread with the pulp a couple of
Yeah, with the
times, and
you can also make a mock tuna
mhm.
with the with the carrot pulp.
Yeah.
Carrot pulp, olive oil, and nori or wakame. So that's what I do with that.
Haven't tried that yet, but yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, you would like it. I made it for an event for Queen Afua once. Well, I made it for home a lot of times, but made it for Queen Afua, and it went over really well. Winter month. Yes, St. John's Wort and Foti. I think it's really Mama Monty said can she use it even though she's nursing? Yes, you can. Can I have the children use it as well during the fall and winter months? I would say the St. John's Wort is a sedative. And so when you want to if you want to use the St. John's Wort and Foti um, to help them to relax before they go to bed, that's nice. I would put Foti is extremely nasty, and some people it's nasty to some people, and
Oh,
probably that's why Miles is putting it in vegetables because if you put it in with vegetables, it would be okay. It's not extremely nasty; it's just nasty, bitter, I would say.
yeah, I can't even taste it because I use a big 40-ounce stainless steel bottle and I fill it all up and I just put the moringa and the 14 in and shake it up and I drink on that, for the next couple of hours or whatever.
Yeah,
And you can't even taste it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's just all about how you put it together and what you put it together with. If you put it together with vegetables and things like that, maybe in your soups, you can get away with it. And if you do it little by little by little, especially for children, then you can get away with it. But just don't put a lot, just put a little, and just put it in there daily. It'll be good for them. A regenerative tonic, help them keep their immune systems up all winter. Yes, definitely. That's definitely immune system health is important during these winter months. That's right. Oh, I Tamara's telling me she can't get in. Okay. Yeah. So
Ouais, je
immune system
crois.
health is very important, and a lot of people who you may run into in the community may be dealing with some immune system issues. So you might want to help them by telling them some different immune system things that they can do.
T'as pas une multiprise par là. Parce que c'est
The
l'endroit
immune system things that can be done are to
chercher le. Par contre, ça
take
veut dire
your
qu'on voit pas.
ginger,
C'est pour ça.
get ginger in your diet.
C'est pas, je laisse le truc chez ça.
That warms you from the inside out.
Enfin, me chercher ce
Also to get in Not warming foods like cayenne and things like that. Keep your circulation up. I would also say exercise a lot. Find yourself a good tea blend. But one that I really like is one that has cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, and
Let's
cinnamon,
try.
ginger, cardamom in it. It's very warming. Though, especially those of us who are in the northern or who are in the colder um, cities. People who are in the warmer cities, just to keep the balance, and then also to remember the changing, like for instance, the change in seasons in December where we're going into a winter solstice. When we're doing that winter solstice, go ahead and take that time to detox and cleanse, and concentrate on that, on the cleanse. Even though you don't technically have the season change, your body still goes through that change quarterly. So go ahead and inspire people to detox with you. So that's good. The drinking a lot of juices and juicing your vegetables and fruit is powerful because the cells can readily assimilate that juice, it can digest that juice, and it can utilize the nutrients from that juice right then and there. So that's why juicing is very powerful, and juicing a lot in the winter so that you can get all of that passive sunlight out of those colorful fruits and vegetables is important. I also suggest moving. Like, of all of the things, above and beyond all, even if a person is taking in a lot of crap, if they're moving, they're going to live longer than a person that's eating healthy foods and just sitting still and having a sedentary lifestyle. So it's very important, even if you're in the cold, like us up here in the north, to get out and walk each day, or to get up and move each day. Get that yoga blood flowing and things like that each and every day. So that's very important. So the like I said, to get things moving, get yourself a good tea blend with that cinnamon and cardamom and ginger in it. Also to remember for colds, coughs, flus, and things like that, you definitely want to be prepared. And here is a formula for an immune system building tincture. I definitely feel that you should put this in an alcohol base, not a glycerin base. When it is done, extracting in that tincture base, then you can add glycerin to it. But definitely, my all-time go-to is for immune system, for antiviral, antifungal, like for instance, or antibacterial. Sorry, like for instance, if you get sick, is the golden seal, olive leaf, and chaparral.
And you say only use a alcohol tincture?
I definitely say use the alcohol tincture because you're gonna have to get the essential oils out of that chaparral, it's not necessarily in roots, but it is just not easy to extract, and
Okay.
it just is more effective that way. The glycerin is good. Add it to the tincture later, but I would go for definitely the alcohol because I've been able to be effective. I've been able to effectively extract it and use it.
Golden seal, olive leaf, and chaparral.
Right.
I could have picked me some fresh chaparral the other day. Damn.
Yes, and send me some fresh chaparral. Yes. I forget, you being in Arizona, you do have access to that. That's good.
Yeah, I was up
Also,
north in Sedona, and it was just growing everywhere. So, but
yes, That's it. You gotta pick. Go ahead and pick it. Get the root, leaf, and stem. Get it all. Get it all. The root is good too, but we have to remember chaparral is such a strong healer that it can be poisonous. So I'm gonna post for you how to process that chaparral so that you before you use it. And
Okay.
things like chaparral and poke root, they can be poisonous to where you literally have to let them sit for a year before you're able to use the root.
Wow.
Hmm.
Potent.
Yeah, poke root is very strong too. Very strong. The and processing the and this blend is very good in breaking down the mucus in the sinus membrane and upper respiratory infection. Also, we're looking at different upper respiratory infections. My next go-to is lemon and cayenne. They may make a person may make a lemon aid with taking some sugar, and some people will have so much mucus in their sinuses that I do not suggest it at all. So lemon and cayenne is a very basic go-to to clear your upper respiratory cavities of. Okay, can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. It can help to break up the mucus. Lemon and cayenne helps to break up the. And when the first sign of you got it like the first itchy throat, the first itchy ears, the first watery eyes that you begin feeling. Those are allergy symptoms and also flu symptoms. The first uh, shivers that you're getting, start feeling the heart. The first shivers that your spouse or anyone in your family or your friend circle is getting. They need to start taking lemons and stuff right then. Okay, I think okay, Ajah said explain what I said about alcohol and glycerin for tingling fever. I understand alcohol is better. Alcohol it is a it's just a medium to use in order to extract the essential oils out of a plant root, stem, or see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, alcohol is a medium that extracts. That's a medium. It creates it's a catalyst to extract the essential oils or essential chemical constituents out of plant, root, stem, seed, or leaf. And when you're getting those essential okay, sorry about that.
No, no.
My son was kicking the desk, being a distraction. And the alcohol, right? And the alcohol makes it is very effective at getting it out, getting the essential oils out of the plant material. Hold on. Forgive me, y'all. I had to be outside and drop off my son and leave him in another room. Okay, so it works very well. A lot of people don't like using alcohol because of its very bad boy nature. Of Can be hard on our livers and things like that. But our intention is to get our liver and our bloodstream strong enough to be able to eliminate the alcohol. Also, we have a similar hurdle with glycerin and its sugar like effects and its effects on the pancreas and turning to glycogen really fast. So I think that it uh, glycerin is the lesser of the two devils, but we can definitely extract the alcohol, extract through alcohol a lot more effectively, and we can definitely get those chemical constituents that we need, and we don't have to use as much of it in dosages to the person in order to be effective in getting rid of the disease or disorder. So
So
that's
you
my
you're suggesting that alcohol would be better to use for the tough parts of the plant,
yes.
and okay,
And
or would you say it's better to use all the time?
I like to use it all the time. Honestly, I like to use it all the time. I like to, and I use tinctures, but I don't use tinctures all the time. I really boil and make my teas more so, and but when I use my tinctures, therefore fast acting, when I need something to act really fast, and I need something in with a serious situation. You can purchase the glycerin at Frontier. They have glycerin by the gallon also. But I like glycerin, but I like glycerin not to extract in, to make it
So
easier and palatable, especially for children or for people who have very sensitive taste. I would definitely use glycerin to make it palatable. But to make it to the extract in, I don't like to use. It takes too long. Becomes too. It's just too. It leaves you with a product, an end product that's like, what is this? It's too much.
it's really thick,
It's really
but
thick.
so
So if you
you
did
said,
50-50, you could do 50-50.
but like you were saying earlier, you can mix it in afterwards. You just mixing it in to taste, just to
Yep.
add some taste to it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So that's what next week. Next in 2 weeks we get back together. I think we're getting back together on November. I think we're getting back together on November the 3rd. No, I'm sorry, November the 12th. And we get together on November the 12th. If everybody can just really go over any questions you may have, go over any issues you may need to focus in on, because we'll just be freestyling again next in 2 weeks. And I'm sure that a lot of people may have some questions or some issues or some things. And even if you do have or are not able to come to the class, for those people who are watching the recording, if you're not able to come to the class, then still leave your questions underneath this video or contact me in my inbox on the Body Temple or wherever, I'm a lot of places, but the Body Temple 999 at gmail.com. Contact me there and leave a question, and I'll answer the question in our next class. That could be something we can do too. Because that way, if you're in the moment, you're studying your class, you're studying right then and there. Go ahead and ask that question. Go ahead and put the question out, and we can answer it in class.
All right.
Okay. Yep. So good things. I'm gonna go ahead and close out for this week, and then we can get back. Make sure we get back together in 2 weeks. If anybody is in need of some support before then, just let me know, and we can let the whole class know, and everybody can get together if we need to.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I appreciate you all for coming today.
Thank you for the class.
Absolutely. You know what it's about. It's just all we really we really just needed to, make sure that we pulled it together for. Why do I keep seeing I just said something? I'm sorry. Okay. She Ajah is in France and she couldn't hear what we said. Yes. Thank you for the healer's lesson. Thank you for being here so that we can pull out some different things and just take a look at them. We definitely together or as you're asking questions and I'm answering them, or as we're just things are just coming up as we're rambling. These things are good corners and cracks and things that we're filling in. It's necessary to really pull it out and talk about it and get to know what get to say, what's going on, what are we feeling. We are coming up on we are coming up on December winter, solstice. I want you all to get ready to just set yourself up because November's gonna go by very quickly because all of the energy is pulling for Thanksgiving. So even when you walk into the stores or when you're driving down the street, everybody's pulling towards Thanksgiving. So everybody, please guard yourself and arm yourself and get your immune system strong during this time, and then also get prepared to do a concentration for winter solstice. Get ready to get in tune in time and in touch for that. And we'll definitely be ready for November 12th class.
Can I have one more question?
Sure.
It's been so long. I forgot what your preferred method of payment was for courses. Because I'm ready for number 2.
Go ahead. Well, PayPal is a good way for me to get resources. PayPal is a good way for me to get resources. If you want, you like to get a CD in the mail, a data disk in the mail, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being the case, then I will send you once you go ahead and do the PayPal, I will then go ahead and send the data disk to you.
What's your PayPal info?
It is the mothership.
The mothership.
Excuse me, the mothership999@gmail.com, and it's in the put in the text chat.
All right. Same price?
Yes. I also have, if you would like, I also have a direct link, if you'd like.
A what?
A direct link.
Oh, from the website?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm going to put it in the text chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. I'm grateful. There we go. Jeeps. Okay, here's a link to here's a direct link. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. I will be in tune and time and touch with you all. Contact me if you need.
All right. Good night.
Okay. Good night, brother.
Peace, everybody.